Hello everyone, today we'll be talking about the supported contracts on the Omicro blockchain, which are the secure contracts and smart contracts. So what are smart contracts? Smart contracts are digital contracts stored on the blockchain that are automatically executed and predetermined terms and conditions are met. They allow for flexibilities and can be used for virtually any application, including finance, government, insurance, and even more. So now we will be talking about secure contracts. It starts off with the flexibility of smart contracts, which come off with a slight trade-off in security if the smart contract developer is not careful and has code that isn't secure and can be exploitable. Our solution to this is our secure contract, which is a pre-built and well-tested contract form. A contract form is a template for a contract and this is simply presented to a user who needs to fill out the form and its terms in the form and just to simply submit it. Secure forms are useful because they can be provided to users who have no programming background and do not intend to write code to implement a contract. Pre-built contract forms are readily available for users to use and deploy. On top of that, secure forms for various industries are built from communities and are meant to be reused. An example for this is a simple secure contract. And yeah, so here are like two examples. One of them is a payment check, which is used every single day. It's a very common form of payment, and here's how our secure contract forms would work with the payment check. So the secure contract will be pre-built, and all the people would have to do is fill out these 5 parameters. Um, so in a payment check, there would be a payer, which is the ID of a payer. Let's say this is Bob, and a payee, which is an ID of the payee, which could be Alice. Um, so Bob and Alice are presenting this transaction using the secure form, and they would, you know, agree on an amount, which is the amount to be transferred between one person to another, and the type could be the currency type, which could be literally anything they agree on, fiat base, it could be gold, it could be crypto, it could be US dollars, doesn't matter. Just whatever they agree on. And these parameters are just filled out. And finally, the date, which could be today, tomorrow, 100 years in the future, just whichever date they agree on. Another example can be apartment leases. This is another very common type of um, application where our secure contracts can be used. Um, for example, um, the parameters for apartment lease, right? It could be a lesser ID of like the landlord, the leasing ID of a person trying to rent out the property. It could be also have like an address or a property address. It could have a start date, an end date. Deposit is how much money you're able to deposit. Much more than this, right? It could go up to like you can even add like utility fees, garbage fees, internet fees, um, monthly rent. It's just whatever parameters that seem fit can easily be added to our secure forms. And yeah, these are just two practical examples of common everyday items that can easily be solved by secure contract forms, which are very hard to exploit. Um, these contracts are executed and recorded on the blockchain, where the OVM, which is the micro virtual machine, will validate the input and manage the contract. The contract forms are shared among all blockchain users and can evolve and have new revisions driven by open source development communities where public repositories are set up to receive proposals, designs, and comments. Any software faults are discovered in advance during the development and testing phase, and only well-known and certified secure contracts are supported by Omicro. So this makes our secure contract unhackable and use without the possibility of deploying arbitrary risk program. Moving on, we'll be talking about, I guess, the other offered contract. Not just the secure contract is offered on the Omicro blockchain, but also standard smart contracts. So standard for more experienced developers who can take advantage of the flexibility of a standard smart contract, Omicro still offers smart contracts and supports languages such as Solidity, Rust, and Golang, and possibly even more in the future. Um, the good thing about secure contracts is that it's very easy for inexperienced users who can use it for common daily needs, and it's virtually unhackable, as is very well tested by the community. We also offer the smart contracts, which is good for the developers, experienced developers. It's very flexible and it's compatible with many languages. To summarize, Omicro offers secure contracts for inexperienced users and common daily uses without chance of exploitation, but also smart contracts for more experienced developers who want the flexibility and needs that is offered on other solutions.